Hey everybody, I'm Eddie Starr, and this is the College of Rock and Roll Knowledge. Class is now in session. This is where the music and culture that shaped a generation live on, and my own path through the world of rock and roll.
I think it's clear that Eddie Starr is a Scientologist, and unlike maybe Beck, you can really tell in his songs that he is a Scientologist. I mean, 2017 refers to the battle on the planet Galactigor when the Zulu war queens will have dominance over the Sheepy people. And 2017 is just a song about what it's like to be a young member of the Zuzan army and what it means to fight the Zeglogs.
All right, that was Jesse Camp from Behind the Scenes, a promotional video he did to promote the music video for my song 2017, in which he also made a guest appearance. And the video was directed by his sister, photographer and videographer, Marisha Camp. And you can watch both videos on my YouTube channel. 2017 is off my album Generation Zero, but it was released as a single in March of 2013, accompanied by a B-side of a live version of the Stooges' I Want to Be Your Dog. And the music video came out in 2014. Since we just passed the anniversary of the release of the single, I thought I would talk a bit about the inspiration behind the song. I don't want to give too much away because I think people should take away from a song what they want to. And that's why different songs, bands, albums, they resonate with you differently during different times and different circumstances in your life. So if you want to believe that 2017 is about some weird Scientology stuff or what it's like to be a warrior in the Zuzan army, then you believe that. That's what it means to you. But I will talk about the inspiration for the song, and that goes back to 1996 when I ran into a friend who I hadn't seen for a long time since graduation 10 years earlier. And we were just talking about our lives and different people we knew. And basically, he sort of asked me, how long I planned on doing what I was doing, being involved in music, and when I was going to get a regular career. And I didn't really give an answer. I laughed it off. And later on, I had been writing songs and doing demos for the Generation Zero album, so I decided to take that conversation and write a response to that question in the form of a song, which became 2017. And from my viewpoint, music was really it for me. I had immersed myself in the world of rock and roll from the time I was very young. My parents played, the Stones and the Crystals and a lot of the oldies, as I've mentioned before, on KRLA. And so a lot of those, what they call the teen dreams from, like the 1960s, whether it be, He's a Rebel or a song like from the Stones, Sitting on the Fence. And then, of course, later on, when I got into Generation X and the Runaways and a lot of those bands, they were teenagers singing songs to other teenagers. And in the Runaways, their debut album, there was a message from Joan Jett where she talked about, this album is for the young and the young at heart. And, how much fun everyone was having being and staying young. And so that was always on my mind about not changing or keeping that excitement going. And I think looking back now, it's really about keeping being curious and enthusiastic about what you're doing and not allowing other people to tell you what to do. And that was a big one for me. No one's going to tell me what to do. I'm going to do my own thing. And in rock and roll, it was about creating your own world and creating your band, creating songs. So it was all about creation. And I guess what I take away as inspiration from that time period and every time period of my life, and what keeps me going now as well, is that curiosity and the little nuggets from each part of my journey. And anyway, I had the idea, and I had been, as I mentioned, I was recording demos. And so I went over to the studio in the San Fernando Valley, and there was this guy, Ricky James, he called himself. No relation to the singer. Different Rick James. And so I recorded a version of the song, and that's where I met Kelly Charles. And Rick played drums on the demo, and I was looking for a lead guitar player, and he thought we would click because, like me, Kelly was really into, he liked the Sex Pistols and Steve Jones, but he also really liked the straight ahead, sound of AC/DC. That's what we were both into. And so we really clicked on that. And then a year later, in the fall of 1997, that's when the majority of the songs for Generation Zero were recorded. And unfortunately, at the time, the record never came out. I think there's still like a promo cassette thing floating around I've seen on the internet, but it didn't come out really until 2013, when we finally were able to get those masters back and put it out. And of course, when we decided to make a music video for the song, just basically for fun and to, promote the song, made perfect sense to have Jesse in it, because was sort of his heyday when he was on MTV. And that was a lot of fun, and I will forever be grateful to him for appearing in the video. That was really, really cool. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the College of Rock and Roll Knowledge and these little vignettes. And I will be getting other people on the podcast for more interviews and other cool stuff happening. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, click the bell, and we're also on Spotify, so you can check out the podcast there. And also the really cool playlist. The last episode I did with Abe Bradshaw, he put together a killer playlist. It's very long, so you'd have music for maybe a couple of weeks to listen to. So you can check that out. All right. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much. Rock on. What you want me to be. The darkness will turn to light. I'm your dirty secret tonight. Dream or not, then take a look inside. The Peepshow reveals what you hide. Eddie Starr's The College of Rock and Roll Knowledge is a production of Ton Up Incorporated. Copyright 2021, Ton Up Incorporated.